My name is Michal Garapich. I'm a social anthropologist working at Social Sciences Department at the University of Roehampton. And I'm a senior lecturer there, although my role is more focused on research and publishing. So teaching is a smaller part of what I do here. From time to time, I took a group of students on study abroad program on field trips around London, showing them various places important from perspective of social issues in the city. And then I came up with the idea that, well, let's turn that into a module, and I designed a module called Londonopolis, which is about contemporary issues happening in London. I think the important thing is there to remember that as teachers we learn constantly also from our students, and that was something which the application helped me a lot to understand that. As a teacher, and particularly as a teacher of module on methods of ethnography or how anthropology is being done, that helped me to understand that I'm also actually learning from my students, and I'm also able to create a feedback loop, so to speak, between myself and students, and to keep telling them what I learn. I think the main benefit is for a scholar is to step back a little bit, to think about your practice. And for me, particularly as a researcher, whose teaching is not the main area of activity, was to think that your knowledge, your research, stuff you do as a researcher needs to be disseminated and need to be framed as something that is useful and something that should attract interest. I should have put it maybe a reminder that learning is a constant process, which sounds banal, but we very often, as academics, we very often forget about this. In terms of application, I think it's very important to see the link between research and teaching, and making the link between two, and ideally seeing it as a feedback loop. Definitely some sense of modesty around what teaching is, and it's a very good and humble experience to be able to see yourself as the subject of the study, or as a subject of the process of teaching. And I guess my advice would be also to not to be afraid of that sense of modesty, but to take risks.